carnivore diet for 10.5 months now. So what can I possibly talk about that's any different to what I've already said? In this video, I just wanted to give you a brief update on what has happened over the last 10.5 months. And I want to give you a warning. And this warning is important whether you're doing keto, ketovore, or carnivore. Just before we get into it, a word from today's sponsor, the subscribe button. One thing that's super important with the growth of a channel is to get likes on your videos. The other thing that's really important is to be getting subscribers. And if you like the content that I'm putting out, I'd really appreciate it if you could not only smash the like button, but also please consider subscribing. I'm very grateful for your support. Let's get into it. Okay, so 10.5 months ago, I was in pretty bad shape and I started the carnivore diet. And over the 10.5 months that I've been doing the carnivore diet, I've noticed significant improvements. Massive improvements in my health related to things like gum disease and arthritis. And not to mention one of the most notable things, which is weight loss. For an in-depth look at exactly what has happened over the last 10.5 months, I'll leave a link to a full video in the description. But there is a significant improvement that I'd like to talk about today, and then I'll talk about my warning. And the significant improvement I've seen is in body composition. 11 months ago, who would have thought that this could become this? And of course, this is more than just the carnivore diet. This is also me doing exercise and going to the gym. But there's something that's really important that you should note about the carnivore diet. And that's that muscle seems to build more quickly. Recovery time seems to be much better, and as a result, you can do more in the gym more often, and the muscle just seems to build much faster. So if you'd like to finally get rid of that beer belly and you'd like to put on a bit of muscle, there's nothing I can recommend more highly than doing the carnivore diet. Having said that, I've got a warning for you. And if you are considering carnivore, ketovore, or keto, it's really important that you listen to this because this can be very dangerous. And it's something that I alluded to in a recent video. If you watch my channel regularly, you'll know that recently I've done quite a few reaction videos. And what I'm going to talk about now comes up regularly as part of those reactions. And it's the sneaky way that the mainstream influencers, nutritionists, and doctors implant a message into potential keto and carnivore dieters' minds. And that message is that this diet is unsustainable. And this message is so dangerous because this message does what it's designed to do. It sets you up for failure. It plants a seed of doubt in your mind that doing a keto diet is not sustainable, is not something that you can do for the long term.
These diets are very difficult to sustain.
So it's most likely not very sustainable.
Like almost consistently, completely unsustainable.
That's just dumb.
So despite the fact that it is sustainable and it feels sustainable, the planting of that seed of doubt is always going to have you second guessing. Despite how good you feel and despite how not hungry you feel, you're always going to be saying to yourself, is today the day? Is today the day that I'm going to break this diet? Is tomorrow the day that I'm going to break this diet? And the truth about carnivore, keto, ketovore is that it's super sustainable. What's more sustainable than a diet where you don't have to eat all the time? What's more sustainable than a diet where you don't feel hungry? What's more sustainable than a diet that will actually make you feel better when you look in the mirror? What's more sustainable than a diet that gives you back self-control? But the reason this planting of the seed of unsustainability of the diet is so dangerous is that once that seed's planted, your mind is really powerful. So no matter how good you feel, no matter how not hungry you are, no matter how much energy you've suddenly got, that seed has been planted. So subconsciously, you're always going to be saying to yourself, today's the day. I'm going to break this diet. And so if you're just getting started with carnivore, keto, or ketovore, or you're in the early stages, I recommend that daily you say to yourself, This is sustainable. Reprogram your mind. We've listened to the mainstream influencers, nutritionists, and doctors for way too long. And it's time to take back control. Guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.